see, I've cleaned up in the cat shelter a little bit. There's now just 2 cats, but luckily they both found homes. You can see that with the little home icon here. At least that's the idea. Let's say now we have a way to add a cat into the shelter, and we can easily say, hey, this cat likes to be inside or outside. We can control exactly how we set this cat up. But now we want to add a bunch of them, and we don't necessarily want to set and create a lot of test cases. Okay, that's when we need to use more complex data types. So we're going to create a test suite, and we're going to call it add cats in plural, right? Several cats. And then in the suite, we're just going to call add cat. So what we're going to do here is, instead of kind of just duplicating add cat and sending different data, we're going to use a complex data type called a CSV, and we're going to put this on module level for some reason. We could put it on test level if we want to. Actually, we already worked on module level. Let's put this on test level, because we're only going to use this in this test. And we're going to go ahead and create, as you can see, there's several data types. I'm not going to go into all of them in detail, but CSV is a very, very useful one. And we're going to call them cats. So this would be just like a spreadsheet. You have your columns with, in this case, would have name, description, inside or outside, right? And you would have the values that goes into the columns. And if you're working directly in Boozang, you can copy this from Excel, of course. But if you're working directly in Boozang, you use tab as a separator. So let's try this: name, description, and inside or outside. Easy. Name could be Garfield. Description is yellow. Inside or outside, Garfield likes to be inside. And then Garfield, he likes pizza. So we have his friend Pizza, not pizza. And that's a blue cat. I don't know if there are any blue cats. And he likes to be outside. So what we've done now is we've defined a CSV very quickly using the column names and the values of the different and the data that we're using, okay? And now, if we want to, there are many ways to define a loop, but if we want to, we can actually enable loop data on the test. So we know that this test is going to loop using this data, okay? So what it will do now, it's going to run the first row and the second row. Remember, these are the column names. So now here, of course, we can run add cat with the same data, but we also need to make sure that we're sending the data downstream to add cats. And the way we're going to do this is on value, we're going to hit this little magic wand, and we're going to try and see if we can map. We can attempt to auto map, but just see how I map this. If I do name, I have the loop name. If I have the description, I have the loop description. And you see, I messed this up. It's in or outside, so maybe we couldn't auto map it. So I will just map that to inside or outside. And then I'm going to run this. And hopefully now we're going to get both the cat, Garfield, and pizza provisioned into the system. So remember, the first one was inside, and pizza likes to be outside. Very good. And as you can see, this is very useful, not only to provision like a system with test data, but also, for instance, to say, hey, if I add a cat named this and inside, then this condition would apply. So you would actually put the validation condition in also a column in that data field, right? So this way you can create very powerful data-driven tests that using different sets of data, and you can use the auto mapper to find and make sure that what you're sending in as a value is kind of matching to the right parameter on the source side.